everybody. You're watching the first ever podcast of Daily Dungeon. This is technically speaking Season 2 of RSP. But we're under Daily Dungeon now, so this will be actually Season 1 of Daily Dungeon. The podcast where RuneScapers talk RuneScape. I'm your host, Scream Truth, and...
your favorite guest star is back. It's Max Ride, returning champion!
I thought it seemed to fit very well that our original co-host of RSP would be with us on the first episode of the Daily Dungeon podcast.
Returning fire and glory.
And today's topic that we'll talk about to start out this year is the combat rework.
Oh, that's ominous sounding.
And bonfires, because we got to get the bonfires into.
Everybody likes burning stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll start with bonfires because I don't want to touch on that for too long. But what bonfires are it's a new update to RuneScape's fire making, where you burn logs and you throw them onto the fire instead of having to make lines.
Hooray! More free space in the Grand Exchange!
Well, some things that you want to know about the bonfires, however, is that they have some other added effects. Like, I believe it is a 10% increase in life points if you burn 5 logs, and this will last 1 hour.
Ooh.
What else do we have here? If 5 people are around...
and chucking logs into it?
Yep, you gain more XP. In fact, that should be 4% more XP.
Does that stack with the duplication from like Stealing Creation and whatnot? Or is that 4 XP taken from the total before or after the bonus are added into effect?
You know, I'm not sure. I'd actually have to test that out.
Which one do you think would be better? I'm thinking after the bonus experience is factored in.
Probably. Anyway, also, you get a bonus experience for cooking over bonfires. Although I'm pretty sure people will continue to burn fires in the Rogue's Den.
Yeah.
And the free fire spirits, while adding logs to a bonfire, you may occasionally see a fire spirit emerge.
Burn!
What these things do is they give you rewards such as coins, runes,
noted or
firelighters. Firelighters are cool. Now, one pet peeve that I have about this update is that the magic logs, they don't burn a different color. I would have wanted the fire to actually be like blue or something.
Yeah, generally if you're burning something with copious amounts of magic contained in it, it should shine something rather different than red.
Yeah, so, like, they said that all the fires would be noticeably different, and when you light a fire, the thing that actually is different is you can tell what the logs are on the fire, not the color of the fire. So...
Oh well.
Yeah.
At least you'll be able to tell what you're chucking into the fire, into the blaze.
So it's a nice AFK-able way to fire make now, and I've definitely tried it, and it's nice.
AFK with your friends too now.
However, this doesn't some fire making creatures like the what is that one
Bat?
called?
The fire thing?
Oh well, anyway, the Pyre Lord. He does not give bonus experience in this.
Dwarven Axe,
all
Barbarian...
the other methods like the Ring of Fire, Flame Gloves, Dwarven Army Axe, Barbarian Assault, Penance Horn, and Clan Ring will apply to the bonfires though, so they will add to that.
Man, you get like the pennant, or actually, does the pennant thing? It doesn't stack with anything else, does it?
It used to. I don't think it does anymore.
With like your clan ring or something?
I don't know if it stacks with the clan ring or not.
Oh, well, you'll have to look into it sometime.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Moving on.
Time for the evolution of combat. This update this post on the website was released 2 days ago. We had been hearing about a combat rework coming from Mod Chris L, Mod Mark over time, and it has finally been announced that on the 25th of June they're going to have their first ever beta
server
test.
Beta, is it a server or a test?
It's a server.
Oh.
Because this update's going to be so big, it can't just be brought into the game. It needs to be tested by players to see if it will fit. Now, they haven't said how to get into it yet, but they will in a few days. So I will be definitely hoping to get a key to get into the server and test it out.
Well, we should get like media passes or something. I mean, no offense, but if you're listening to us, you're probably too lazy to do it yourself, or you like our personalities, which is definitely not the latter of that portion.
And if we can get in there, we will definitely have some video up for you on what the new combat is, and we'll compare it with a side video of current combat.
Ooh, that would look nice. Split it down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Okay, so when combat gets updated, if it gets rid of the click and wait, do you ever plan on coming back to RuneScape at all?
Oh, I have to.
Because you said this is what would probably bring you back in.
Yeah, my continuous grievance is combat. Let's be honest here, and training combat was mind-numbing. It was so boring because there were certain train zones. You did nothing. You right-clicked on your enemy, or in this case, rock lobster, and you left it. And you sat there, and you waited, and waited, and waited, and watched that YouTube video that you already had loaded up in the other tab. It was not engaging at all, but according to this, it'll make it more fluid, interactive, and exciting, which is kind of what I'm looking for in a game. I kind of play games to have fun.
Mm-hmm. What RuneScape has been kind of drifting towards recently, from what I've seen with the Runespan and the Bonfires, is that they're getting rid of the grind, which is...
Oh, thank God, let's be honest here.
I mean, it's still a grind to an extent, but it's now a fun grind. Because when I went into Runespan, I've had fun. Because...
Yeah, I really think they're bringing their A game now that, like, all the other MMOs have come out and they've got either truly unique systems of combat, like Terra, for instance, or they're got a ridiculously good story in the case of Star Wars The Old Republic, where it's still the button-clicking MMO fighter, but you're in Star Wars, for crying out loud. You get to fight Sith. You play as a trooper, and you blast away people with a gun. And people care about what you do, and it's fully voice acted. So I think this is a smart move on Jagex's part to keep people interested with their game.
Yeah. When RuneScape, they've kind of shied away from quests recently. Of course, they're coming out with one this month, but this is like the first one in about 4 months. And the QBD, Queen Black Dragon, will be coming out this month too. Now,
I bet you they have to stagger it out with the update of the combat, because they don't want to really quest and have to redo it.
I'm going to have to definitely check in to see if combat's going to be more difficult to grind up and get a high level, or if it'll like take longer or shorter. I'm guessing it'll actually take shorter to actually get the level now, but I just want to get my combat up, so just in case things do flop, I'll have a high combat and I won't have to train it as much in the future.
Yeah. Let's be honest here. It was boring.
But anyway, this would also mean that they have to change all armors. They have to change all bosses, all monsters to fit the combat.
Not necessarily. I mean, I think they could keep most of the AI for the monsters and how the aggro works, and maybe they'll fix safe spotting. Oh god, I hope not. Safe spotting, let's be honest, dude, it was the only way to train range skills without you getting shredded.
Yeah. Or you could have a cannon and slowly train it up while you're also doing the circus once a week. Like me.
Boom, 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 boom. So much hate. Multi-combat zones, baby. God, so much flames, but your tears are delicious.
Well, anyway, so like I said before, we're definitely going to have a lot more videos on this combat rework in the future.
Well, what are you looking for? Like, how would you be interested to see the combat evolve into like a more button-based system, like the current MMOs, or something a bit more dynamic?
I would like something in between where it's at and a hardcore World of Warcraft combat scenario.
Yeah.
Right in between, where it's not going to be like intense, but it's going to be fun.
You
know?
still want to be able to AFK, but you just want to have to be awake while you AFK. It's what you're saying. Hell, I'd be happy if they let us bind certain inventory spaces to like the number pad or like the WASD keys. Like the first. Why can they not do that where they bind like, I don't know.
Well, if you have mouse keys, you can kind of do that already. So
you can?
Yeah, with mouse keys. You just
what?
This is 5 would be the click. Like I have mouse keys on mine right now anyway. But
no, what I'm saying is like maybe put like 4 slots at the top of your inventory, and whatever you put into those slots you can automatically quick use with the QWER.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Well,
so
when it actually comes out, I can expect PvPers to be kind of like, okay, I kind of got to get used to this first before I actually go risk stuff.
That's just what the people do.
Yeah.
They kill monsters or PvEers kill monsters, PvPers complain about the PvP not being balanced.
Well, having 99 magic, I definitely want to see some more interaction.
Bind, lol, bind again.
I definitely want to see some more interaction with magic, and definitely maybe up its graphics. I don't think they really did anything with Ancients or Lunars.
I would like to see how they would work, like ranged, like add an aiming system, perhaps.
Well, they kind of did with backcriminal bolts, because you can attack at the head, the torso, or the legs, and they each have different effects when you do that.
That would be pretty interesting. Have certain armor sets that provide better bonuses for certain parts of the body, like they actually should. I took an arrow to the knee. I'm sorry, I'm done.
Okay.
That was my one.
Well, that's all we're going to talk about for the combat.
In combat sake. Yeah.
So, yeah, this was our first episode of our podcast, and I just want to let everybody know that we're going to try to do this once a week, have it up on Saturday, and let's see. I don't know if we'll do question segments. Maybe we'll do question segments if there's no update, which there won't be any update next week. Or we might just save our questions for Season 2 of Daily Dungeon, where we'll actually go over them in our live commentary, because that's how Season 2 is going to work. We're going to do
live commentary.
Yep, we're going to be doing the dungeons exactly like they should be done in-game. We'll be rushing through all the floors until we get to Abandoned 2 or Late Furnished.
And screaming at Carson for not having the keys.
They updated that.
They did?
Yeah, so everybody shares keys now.
And
it doesn't appear in their inventory either.
Oh, so you're saving inventory spots, but I guess that reduced the role of the key guy.
Not really. Now everybody's kind of a keyer, and the highest level dude is usually the one that everyone's just like, "Oh my god, I need you over here," and they drop the GGS or a Gatestone and but
teleport.
And then they also added that tool belt, and tool belt is really nice. So now I don't have to buy a pickaxe, and I actually have bound Catagon because I can't use Gorgonite just yet for mining.
What's Catagon?
It's
what level is it?
It's tier 8.
Oh, so it's really high up there. What's your mining?
My mining is 78. I'm gonna get 2 more levels so I can do Gorgonite.
You are completely insane. I hope you know that.
Only 2 more levels. I'm actually gonna be buying myself a dragon pick and going for level 85 to mine Runite,
Yeah, that's probably the next skill I'd like them to make a tad bit more interactive. It would be mining.
You know, if they do something with mining, it's got to be good. It has to. It can't be in our artisan's workshop for smithing over again. But the smithing skill is a topic for another day, so we're not even going to go into that.
Yeah, that just didn't happen, like the third X-Men or the movie from the Green Lantern. That just did not happen. That no longer existed.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up. We'll see you all on the second episode next week.
Yep. I hope you enjoyed our first podcast. Leave some feedback in the comment section below.
Yeah. One more thing. If you want to submit questions, go to our forums at dailydungeon.net. Become a member and just submit a question in the questions bar. Or you can send us an email to dailydungeon@gmail.com.
Or just bug him in-game.
Bug me in-game.
Kill, burn, destroy, swag.
But if you were that lazy, just go ahead and post in the comment section your question. We will go through them if there's not a couple thousand.
Yeah, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. For the one guy who listens to this and who actually wants to post a question, we'll read it. Trust me, we will.
Yeah. Well, have a good one, guys.
You too. Bye.
Mm.